Not all progress looks impressive from the outside. Some of it happens quietly in the depths of who you are when no one is watching. Let's start with a simple question, one that might reveal more than you expect. Have you ever felt like you were changing internally, like something fundamental was shifting beneath the surface, but nothing around you seemed to reflect it yet? No dramatic results to post about, no visible milestones to celebrate, no external validation that confirms you're on the right path. Just a subtle, almost imperceptible shift in how you think, how you react, and how you choose. If you've experienced this, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stagnating. This is the phase of growth that rarely gets talked about, the phase that doesn't make it into highlight reels or transformation posts, the phase where the real work is happening, even though it feels like nothing is happening at all. Most conversations around self-improvement, especially in the world of high-achieving women, focus on visible outcomes: confidence that commands a room, success that speaks for itself, independence that looks effortless, achievement that earns recognition. And those things are beautiful. They matter. But here's what they don't tell you. Before any of those become external realities, growth first shows up in quieter, almost invisible ways. You pause before reacting to something that used to trigger you instantly. You stop arguing with people who willfully misunderstand you because you realize your peace is more valuable than being right. You begin to notice what drains you, not just physically, but energetically, emotionally, instead of making excuses for it or tolerating it out of habit. You start saying no without over-explaining. You stop checking your phone anxiously for validation. You let certain conversations end naturally instead of forcing them to continue. You walk away from situations that once would have kept you up at night, second-guessing yourself. These are the shifts that matter. These are the moments where real transformation is actually taking root. And at first, it can feel deeply underwhelming. You might even start to wonder if you're stagnating, if you're doing something wrong, if you've somehow plateaued. After all, if growth is real, if it's actually happening, shouldn't it feel bigger than this? Shouldn't there be evidence? Shouldn't people notice? But here's something worth sitting with for a moment. Meaningful change often begins as internal reorganization, not external demonstration. Think of it like renovating a house. Before you see the beautiful new kitchen or the expanded living space, there's demolition, there's rewiring, there's foundation work. It's messy, it's hidden behind walls, and to anyone walking by, it might look like nothing is happening. But that invisible work is what makes everything else possible. Your priorities shift, your tolerance for dysfunction lowers, your awareness of patterns, yours and others, sharpens. Your definition of what you deserve expands. These changes don't announce themselves with fanfare, but they fundamentally alter the way you move through the world. So let me ask you this, and really take a moment to reflect on it. What no longer bothers you the way it used to? Maybe it's someone else's opinion of your choices. Maybe it's being left out of spaces you've outgrown. Maybe it's watching others move at a different pace than you. Maybe it's the urge to prove yourself to people who will never truly see you. This shift isn't indifference. It's not apathy or disconnection. It's regulation. It's emotional maturity. It's the mind learning, often through painful trial and error, when something deserves your energy and when it absolutely does not. And over time, this quiet discernment, this ability to distinguish between what matters and what's just noise, becomes one of the strongest indicators of true maturity, not the age-related kind, but the soul-deep kind that some people never develop, no matter how old they get. But let's be honest about something else, too. There's a certain loneliness that can accompany this phase, a loneliness that's hard to articulate because it's not about being alone, it's about being different. As your inner world changes, as you evolve in ways that aren't immediately visible, familiar conversations may start to feel repetitive, even hollow. Topics that once engaged you now feel surface level. Dynamics that once felt comfortable now feel constraining. Some connections, ones you thought would last forever, begin to lose their relevance, not because anyone did anything wrong, but because you're simply no longer the same person who formed those bonds. And this doesn't mean you're becoming detached, cold, or superior. It doesn't mean you're losing your capacity for connection. It means you're becoming more selective, more intentional about what you allow to shape you, influence you, and occupy your mental and emotional space. This is queen energy in its truest form, not the performative kind, but the discerning kind, the kind that understands that not every opportunity is your opportunity, not every connection is your connection, and not every space deserves your presence. Growth doesn't always add things to your life. In fact, more often than not, it removes what no longer fits. And removal, subtraction, can feel profoundly uncomfortable, especially in a culture that equates progress with constant expansion, with always adding more, achieving more, becoming more. We're taught that growth means leveling up visibly, accumulating proof of our evolution. But what if the real growth is in the release? What if it's in the unlearning, the shedding, the conscious decision to let go of versions of yourself that no longer serve who you're becoming? Subtraction is not loss when it creates clarity. When you stop filling every silence with noise, every gap with activity, every moment with distraction, you give yourself something invaluable: space. Space to recognize who you actually are beneath all the conditioning, all the expectations, all the roles you've been playing. So if your journey feels quiet right now, if it feels like you're in a waiting period, a liminal space between who you were and who you're becoming, resist the urge to rush it. Resist the temptation to force visible results before the internal work is complete. Instead, ask yourself these questions. What am I learning to walk away from without guilt? What am I no longer trying to prove, and to whom? What battles have I stopped fighting because I realized they were never mine to win? These are not small shifts. They might feel small in the moment, like tiny adjustments, minor recalibrations, but they are foundational. They are the bedrock upon which everything else will be built. And here's what I've learned, what I've witnessed in my own journey and in the journeys of countless women who are doing this work. Eventually, the external changes will follow. They always do. The confidence becomes visible, the boundaries become unmistakable, the standards become non-negotiable, the success becomes undeniable, the peace becomes palpable. But by then, by the time the outside world starts to notice and comment and applaud, you will have built something far more valuable than appearances. You will have built a stable inner framework that doesn't collapse under pressure, doesn't waver with criticism, and doesn't need constant validation to remain intact. You will have cultivated a knowing, a certainty about who you are and what you're worth that no external circumstance can shake. And that, more than any external achievement, is what true power looks like. So let me leave you with this. Growth may not always look impressive from the outside. It may not generate likes, comments, or congratulations. It may not fit neatly into a before and after post. But when it's real, when it's rooted in genuine self-awareness, honest reckoning, and intentional transformation, it changes everything. It changes how you speak to yourself, how you allow others to speak to you, what you're willing to tolerate and what you're ready to walk away from, who you invest in and who you release with grace. It changes the trajectory of your life in ways you won't fully understand until you look back and see how far you've actually come. So if you're in that quiet phase right now, if you're doing the invisible work that no one sees or celebrates, I want you to know you're not stuck, you're not failing, you're not behind. You're becoming, and that process, as unglamorous as it sometimes feels, is the most important work you'll ever do. Keep going, trust the process, honor the pace of your own unfolding, because the woman you're becoming, she's worth every quiet moment of this journey.